A few days ago, it was all over the internet that a woman lost her 3-month-old child that she took to the crèche in the morning. You see, one thing about news is that everybody will interpret it the way they see it, the way they perceive it, based on, how it came to them at the point they were reading that news, how they were feeling and the way they were able to interpret it, and maybe based on personal experience. And that is okay. You have your experience, you have your idea, your understanding of that sensational news. But one thing I want you to understand is this. When news outlets, blogs, and maybe sites decide to make all this news, they want to drive readership to their site. So be very vigilant to make sure that you're not carried away by the sensational nature of the news, that you forget that facts are also there that need to be considered, you understand? So now, what I think personally about the story is this. Number one, that woman must have done that because she did not have a better option. Now, no mother in her right mind will carry a child for 9 months and then drop that child in a place that she knows very well in her mind and based on maybe news, what people have said or reviews or experience, that place is not safe. Except a mother is hard-pressed, no options, nothing to do anymore. So before you start crucifying that mother, realize that there are many other factors at stake. Now, it may not even be her firstborn, I don't know. If she had done it before and it was successful, she would not mind doing it again. You understand? And now, if she did not have another option, she would still go for that one. Most times as mothers, the things we do, the decisions we make the ones we consider our best based on what is available to us. In this world that we are, a woman cannot sit at home and say, I am a full-time housewife. Very few number of us can afford to do that. But most of us cannot afford to sit at home. You know why? Not because we are not submissive or because we also want to compete with the men, but because even what the men are bringing in may not be enough to meet the needs of the home. So going out to earn and combining the income of the man and the woman will help move the family higher, you understand, and pay for bills. Also, sometimes some women are married to men who do not contribute to the bills at home, and so everything is on their head. They do not want embarrassment, so they go out to get a job so that they can cover the shame of the home, so that they can protect the integrity of their husband and not, expose the fact that he's not even meeting the needs of the home. So there are different reasons why a woman has to go to work. And there are different reasons why a recent mother, would have to go back to the office and resume work. Now, there are so many parties involved in this story. There's a part of the mother and the caregivers. Whatever happened in between, whatever happened when the mother was not there, I wasn't there, you were not there. We do not know what exactly happened. It may have been that place is a very good crèche, but just that an oversight of just one person not watching the child, and maybe when the child was struggling, nobody was there, the caregiver was attending to another child. It happens. And maybe within that few period, depending on the condition of the child can go in seconds. But please, let us pause a little and put ourselves in the shoes of that woman. I remembered when I wanted to write my exam as a master's student, I was in the labor ward, seriously laboring, when my phone rang. And because it was my classmate, I had to pick it thinking maybe something important. And he said, exam timetable is out, and you have to come to class. You have to come to school on Monday. That was on Wednesday night. I gave birth on Thursday morning. On Monday, I was already in school, seated for the exam. I did not have a choice. Yes, people advised me to defer my admission. But hey, I have been going to that school. I live in another state. I was going to another state for my master's. And I had attended all lectures, done all the tests, just the exam. Now you're telling me to defer it. What about all the effort I have put in place? Nobody was thinking about the fact that my mates would have graduated and it would just be me struggling to go and meet one lecturer. You have to sign forms. You have to go to the admin, to the PG school, trying to say, I want to defer my admission. Okay, I'm from this year. Some lecturers will ask you, why is your matric number different? Why is your year different? And all of that. It is real. It happens even here in my institution. So I just felt 1 week of exam, I can do this. I can do this. I have put in over 3 months of attending lectures. I can do this 1 week. I can do it. God help me. I got people. My mom was around. My mother-in-law was around. My husband was there. Please help me watch over the child. Sometimes we do not have a choice for the things we do. So before you blame us, either you help or you just understand. You understand? Because I know that if that woman, one thing that gives me the strength to say these things I'm saying in the video is this. If that woman knew that there was a slim chance of her losing her child in that crèche, she wouldn't have dropped that child there. I speak as a mother. If she knew that that place was not safe, she would have done something about it. Either made a complaint or told another person or withdrawn that child from that crèche. But she dropped the child there. It may not have even been the first day. And then this happened. It can happen to the best of us. Always think, what if it were me that this thing happened to? What would I do? What would I expect others to do? Would I expect the world, social media, and the virtual world to be on my head and heap all the blame on my head? Can I survive it? I mean, she has just lost a child. Can we just give her a break to grieve? Then after that, you can come up with your criticism. You can come up with your advice. After the whole deed is done, you can come up with anything you want to come up with. But please, can you just pause and put yourself in that person's shoe and just say, what if it were me? Would I want criticism at this point in time? Would I want all these negative comments at this point in time? Or would I just want somebody to say, calm down, it's okay. You have made a mistake, maybe, or it's not your fault, maybe, or just say something, words of comfort. For now, let's not drive this woman to commit suicide. Let's not heap on her comments that will so weigh her down like bags of cement, until she's a shadow of herself. Even if it is her fault and she made a mistake, it is not your place to punish her for it. It is not your place. If you cannot provide comfort, words of comfort at this time, and suspend your criticism for some time, please don't say anything. This is my story for today. Happy Women's Day to every strong woman who is taking certain decisions because of circumstances around her, and she's still making it, and she's still thriving, and she's still surviving, even when all odds are against her. I salute you. I appreciate you. I celebrate you as a strong woman. Thank you very much.